Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we're going to be working on this DeWalt 20 volt max DCS380 variable speed reciprocating saw, or as most people would just say, sawzall. So I was working in my yard yesterday tearing out some vines, and this thing just up and died. So I'm gonna take this thing apart right now and try to figure out what's wrong with it. Hey Trina, welcome. Thanks for stopping by at a weird hour. This is such a weird time to be streaming. All right, so if we look at the screws, they are most likely a T15. They are indeed a T15. That's our favorite screw head here at the Big Bad Bench. So let's start by taking this apart. I've never taken one of these apart too, so you can all share, point and laugh. Oh, can't use our regular screwdriver for those. They need to go all the way down inside of a hole. Oh, that's a really good point. Did I try replacing the battery? So here we go. We got a good battery here. We got a good battery here. Okay, and let's try this one. And we got nothing. And our other battery. So we got nothing. Hey, and everything is broken garages here at Dave Diamond. It is not Saturday. This is a special bonus stream where I will take something apart that I've never taken apart before. Who doesn't love taking apart power tools that you've never taken apart before? Live on the internet in front of God and everyone. Luckily, all of our screws appear to be the same size so far. See, I was just hacking away at vines that were attacking my trees. And this thing, it sort of intermittently went out. It was working, and then it stopped working, and I banged on it a little bit, you know, like you do. And then it stopped working. And then it worked a little bit, and then it stopped working. And then it just stopped working. So, let's see. I knew we were going to go there, Trina. I knew we were going to go there. I don't actually know that all these screws need to come out. I'm just sort of guessing. This one is smaller than the others so far. Okay, so now we got to get one down in there. Uh-oh, where's our Max T15? There we go. Hey, got bombs here. What's going on? Got bomb. Okay, so I think that's all the screws up here. I think that's all we need to get into the business end of this thing. Oh yeah. Oh, it looks like you could have taken off this. Oh. That's a burn. I might have been working this thing a little bit hard. Oh, yeah, wow. Okay. We got some burned up wire there. Wow. All right. So that's something. That is something. We were putting this thing through some work. There's a lot of dust around this switch. Oh, and of course, oof, yeah, it smells like burning too. Okay. All right, we got a spring-a-jig down here. What's going on, Frank S? Welcome. There's a spring down here. Oof. Okay. So I was thinking it was going to be like we burned up the motor or something along those lines, but man, cook this wire. Look at that wire. It just melted the wrap right off of there. Okay, so we're going to need, at the very least, some solder. Oh, look. And actually, there's our problem. That wire just, like, melted itself. Wow. Okay. Well, there's a thing. Let's take a look at the motor while the soldering iron is heating up. So what we kind of want to look at is the brushes. I was thinking that I would have worn down the brushes to nubs, but the brushes actually look good. Yeah, they all look great. Hey, Jack 68K. This thing is not 68K powered. Alright, let's do some electrical cleaner here. Gonna need some high amperage wire to fix this. That's soldered, or it's welded. Maybe we could use my new welding tool. I haven't shown that off. I haven't even tried it yet. No, let's not weld today. Let's not weld today. All right, let me see if I can find some thick wire, because I don't know if my normal wire is gonna be strong enough. Oh no, oh, no. Looking at my bag of wire here. Gonna need some high amp wire for this beast. Let's zoom in a little bit here. You can see our nastiness. Oh, it looks like the switch is actually kind of rebuildable. There's little tabs on the back of it. So maybe we could rebuild that if need be. But let's see if our switch is actually switching here. Go into beat mode. That's not right. So they keep the hot. Oh, these stupid variable speed switches. Everything is hot. Oh, actually I'm not looking. Huh. I have no idea what's going on with this switch. This is a weird ass switch. All right, well, let's fix the wire first, and then, excuse me. What's going on, Sloopy? After we fix the wire, then we'll sort of play with it some more. So this wire is fused onto this plastic bit really good. Look at what we did to that wire. This poor thing was working hard. Let's use some SMD flux on this thing. Chungus iron, big hunk of solder. Okay, that is not sticking worth a poop. Excuse me. It looks like they might have done some conformal coating on this thing, which is smart for a big tool. All right, let's see if we can get it to flow better now. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, so that's good. All right, I need to step away for 1 second just so that I can go get some bigger hunkin' wire. If I can find it. Where are you, big hunkin' wire? There's some big hunkin' wire. All right, so we're gonna need a piece about that long. We're also gonna have to get that off of there. I think I probably need to go easier on this thing. I think that's what this is telling me. Don't use your sawzall to hack at vines, John. Use the chainsaw like a normal human being. Nope, that thing is not coming off of there. That was barely attached. That came off a little easy. All right, let's scrape on here. Dave agrees with me that you should be using a sawzall. Yeah, this sawzall's been through a lot. It's basically helped me tear apart 2 houses now, and my current house, we have about 4 acres, and the back 3 acres were totally overrun with stuff. So between my chainsaws and my sawzall and my tractor, we almost have access to all 4 acres now. Okay, so that's a nice looking solder joint now. That's like a professional solder joint. We are not professionals, but it kind of looks like that one is. All right, so now we got to get this thing to the right size. Sorry, my voice is giving out this morning. Guess that's what happens when you crawl out of bed and decide to do a stream. Your voice is just not ready. Yeah, I have 3 chainsaws. One is a big one that's kind of overkill for most things. One is a medium-sized one or smaller-sized one, and that's what I use for most of the stuff. But then I have an electric one for like when I'm dangling up in a tree and I want to cut off a branch, and I like if I fall or slip or drop the chainsaw, I use that so that I don't kill myself, because it's pretty easy for me to kill myself over things. I'm really not a coordinated human being. All right. We have a much fatter wire now. If that doesn't hold the electricity, I don't know what will. All right, should we see if this actually works now? This can only go well by doing this way, right? 3, 2, 1. Ha ha ha! We won it. We won. What's up? I DIY. Welcome. You're here just in time to see that I fixed it. Yay! Cool. So this was the cause of our problem. I melted the wire. Who else is here that I missed? All right, let's see if I can get this thing back together now. Guess we should clean out our switch while we're in here. I kind of want to take that switch apart, but also I hate these variable speed switches. All right, we're not going to futz with it. We're just going to put this thing back together before I break it worse. Oh, that's such a relief. I mean, I would really like to have a brushless sawzall, but I also would really not like to buy a brushless sawzall right now. Alright, so all that stuff is kind of lined up. That's back in there. Where did this little springy guy go? What the heck was the purpose of that little springy guy? I think it just sits in there. Do you want us to rewind and see where the spring came? I think it came from right here. I mean, I know it came from here, but what was its specific orientation? Yeah, I think it was like this. Fits down in there. I think it just applies a little bit of pressure to the battery. Looks like it's a little loose, but all right. Are all our wires routed safely? I think so. Just to show this bit again, show where that wire got really hot. I can't believe I did that. I'm gonna have to go a little bit easier on you, Mr. Sawzall. Or Miss, or whatever Sawzall. I'm not making assumptions. Yeah, I think that just applies a little bit of pressure on that. All right, now, luckily all of our screws are the same size, except for one. Let's put our big ones in. Was it just a loose connection that caused arcing? I don't know. It kind of seems like, I mean, I don't know if the wire just started like breaking, and then because it was so small, it eventually like shorted itself. But yeah, this is not this was not happy. I don't know. We'll go back and we'll abuse it again. Let's see what happens when we saw up some more vines. And I mean by vines, yeah, some of them are small vines, but because the property had been abused for so long, some of the vines are like this big around. We'll do that in reference to the sawzall, like this big around. Some of them I did have to actually use the chainsaw because they were so big. But yeah, there's a whole section of my property where basically trees had fallen over because there were so many vines dangling from it. And so over the years, or a couple of years, I've been trying to get rid of those vines so that we don't lose more trees. Sloopy says it seems like heat stress. It could have been. Definitely could have been heat stress. This thing was getting kind of warm. Okay. But so the thing I don't know, right, if it was heat stress from the get-go, right? Like I could see if this thing started breaking and we started, you know, losing some wires, that's going to cause more and more current to flow through fewer and fewer of these wires. And that obviously is going to cause a ton of heat. So I don't know if it was heat from the get-go or if it was heat that happened as a result of the wire starting to break. It's a comparison of our two wires. So this is the original. This is the replacement. Look like the same gauge. Okay. Almost done. One more screw. The smaller one uses a T10. The others were T15s. So yeah, there was definitely heat stress in there. No doubt about that one. All right, let's see what happens here. I think we won. I think that's it, folks. Sweet. Well, that was fulfilling. It's rare that we're ever that successful that easily here at the Big Bad Bench. Normally things are a much bigger fight, like the battery bomb 2SI that I was working on. I still need to do these RAM chips in the ultrasonic. Check out my Mastodon for more pictures of the ultrasonic logic board from that thing. But I think that's going to wind it up for today. Yeah, we like a win. So Saturday's stream, it kind of depends. I might take apart an Apple M1212 monitor, which will basically be the first time I've ever worked on a Apple CRT like that. I've worked on, obviously, all-in-ones with CRTs, but I've never worked on an M1212. So I think we might try that. It has very poor vertical deflection, and I haven't been able to find any information online about that. So we might need to take that apart and see what happened. Yeah, so we'll get back to Mac stuff. Don't worry, there's always more Mac stuff to work on here at the Big Bad Bench. But thank you all for stopping by this morning. This was kind of a silly... Oh, did I fix it? I fixed it. I like to do other weird stuff. I take a lot of stuff apart here at the Big Bad Bench. And so I figure I may as well start showing some of it to you. Like that weird air purifier thing that I worked on a little while ago. So yeah, we're gonna call it. We'll be back on Saturday at noon, just like normal. Thank you all so much for stopping by today, and have a lovely day.